Hello everyone, welcome back to Willadine's Kitchen. Today we're going to prepare some oxtails. We're going to cook off the oxtails. We're going to make a nice gravy to go with them, and then of course we'll serve them up with a starch and some vegetables. So what I was able to do is I went out and I bought a whole oxtail. So I have the whole tail here. I'm going to cut this tail into smaller pieces and wash it up really good and get it ready for cooking. I'm going to braise it first, and then I'm going to finish it in the oven like my father used to do. We also have some dry spices here. This is a dry spice mix that I put together that we're going to use as well. I have some garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, salt, paprika, and some smoked sea salt in this bowl here. We're going to mix it all together, and we're going to rub that over our oxtails before we braise them. I'm going to let them sit in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours so the flavor of this dry rub can kind of absorb into the meat. Once we get them get those ready, we'll be back. Okay, so I have cut the tails, the oxtails, into pieces here, and what we're going to do next is we're going to mix up this spice blend here. I have a spoon, and we're going to just mix everything up together here. And we're going to get some nice blend going. And then we're just going to rub this into the oxtails, and then we're going to place them in the refrigerator for a few hours to let the dry rub spice absorb into the meat. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, everybody, so it's time to get these oxtails going. They've been in the refrigerator overnight. I said I was going to do it for 4 hours, let them marinate or sit in this dry rub marinade here, but I let them sit overnight, so they're good to go. We're going to get a lot of flavor kick out of this. Now, my father used to make oxtails all the time. He would wash them, season them up with salt and pepper, put them in a pan, maybe with some onions and carrots and celery on the bottom, and then he would make a nice gravy when they were done. We're going to do something similar. We're going to braise them in some hot oil, and we're going to brown them off, and then we're going to put them in this pot here with these vegetables of carrot, celery, onions, and we have some thyme, some rosemary, and some bay leaves in this pot as well. And there also is a couple of cloves of garlic down there. So this is going to be our braising pot. And we're going to add, once we get them browned off and in the pot, we have some homemade beef stock. And of course, we're going to add a little bit of red wine there to kind of elevate the flavors. But we're going to make a very good, tasty oxtail. And we're going to make some gravy when we're done out of the sauce. And we'll be ready to go. Okay, we're going to braise off our oxtails. All right, so we're going to braise these to the brown on both sides, and then we'll get them in our pot and in the oven. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that sizzle, but it sounds good. We got our oxtails browned off here. So next we're going to put them in our braising pot, and we're going to deglaze this pan with some of the white wine, and then we're going to add that beef stock as well. So the browning in the pan brings out some of the flavor in the meat, and it also starts to help render down the fat that's around the oxtail. So we're off to a good start. We're going to get the pan deglazed and get these oxtails in the oven. Okay, just a quick look here, peek at our oxtails. They've been in the oven for 1 hour now, and oh, they're still, yeah, they're definitely not ready yet. We probably got a couple of more hours to go, so we're gonna get these back in the oven and keep cooking. Okay, so this is after 2 hours in the oven. Meat is still not tender enough to eat, so we're going to go back in the oven for another hour. Okay, everyone, this is after 3 hours in the oven. The oxtails, yeah, they're nice and tender now, so that's good. Yeah, the meat is good and tender. So we're going to remove the oxtails from the pot. We're going to take this braising liquid and we're going to make us a nice gravy with it that we can serve over our oxtails when we get them plated up. So I'm gonna get that started, then we'll be back. Okay, so now I have the braising liquid strained and it's in the saucepan here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some beef broth, which has a little bit of kitchen bouquet, which is a seasoning and browning sauce for our gravy. So we'll have a nice brown gravy. So we're going to add that in there. Going to whisk this up, and I also prepared some roux, which is just a combination of flour and butter. And I prepared the roux so I can thicken up this gravy. So we're going to bring it to the boil. We're going to taste it, make sure we have enough salt, pepper, seasoning in here, and then we're going to make us a nice gravy. Okay, so we have our sauce, gravy, thickened up here. And I want you to see the silkiness and the smoothness of this sauce here. It's nice, silky, and smooth. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce this down a little bit. We want it to thicken up a little bit more. And then we're going to add our oxtails into the sauce. Okay, everyone, so our oxtails have finished cooking. I have them in a saucepan here. I added them back. We have our sauce, gravy in the pan here. So what we're going to do is just going to add a little more of this parsley for a little bit more color here. But from this point, you can have rice and gravy with this. You can have potatoes and gravy and vegetables. There's a lot of different ways you can enjoy this meal. What we're going to do now is we're just going to give this a quick taste and see see what our dish has of flavor, how much flavor, and how it turned out. So I got a nice piece here. I'm going to give it a quick taste. The sauce is wonderful. You can taste that hint of the wine flavor in there. It's not too salty. Plenty of beef flavor. Well, this is very good. The texture of the meat is tender. It's not chewy. Almost melts in your mouth. I think this would be great. I hope you enjoyed my recipe, and do try this at home. You can tweak it a little bit to your own preference, but I think it turned out good. So I want to thank everyone for viewing, and please stay tuned for more videos to come. Thank you. Have a good day.